Hi folks, today I'm going to present something a little different and give you a free tool you can use to calculate the apparent position of the moon for any given location on Earth and any given date and time. I started with this book here to do this, Lunar Tables and Programs. This provides an analytical solution of the moon's motion. It was published in 1991 and it comes to us from France. It's only been checked out, this particular copy has only been checked out once since publication, but I have it on loan from the University of Central Arkansas, and I've implemented it in the form of an Excel table. Now, the book itself will allow you to compute the equatorial and ecliptic coordinates relative to the Earth's center, but I've also taken it from there and calculated for topocentric coordinates, meaning a spot on Earth's surface, and even included some formulas to calculate for atmospheric refraction, assuming normal conditions, meaning no inversion layers, nothing funky like that that would result in a mirage or other condition like that, or Novaya Zemlya. But under normal conditions at least, you can input your atmospheric conditions, pressure in millibars, and temperature in centigrade, and it will calculate the amount of atmospheric refraction, which is most important when the moon is low on the horizon. So you input the year of observation, the month, the day, the time in universal time, so convert from whatever your local time zone is to universal time. You may have to advance the date forward to compensate for that, and that was actually the case here. What we're going to take a look at in a moment is a picture that was taken at this time. Your coordinates, west longitude and latitude, positive for north, negative for south, and your height above sea level. And as a result, it will give you the apparent right ascension precessed to the equinox of your date of observation, the apparent declination, the altitude, and the azimuth in degrees, and some data about the lunar phase, the percentage of how full the moon is, and the orientation of the phase angle relative to the horizon. So 0 degrees would be what most people think of as a vertical moon, and 87 degrees in this case, almost 90 degrees, would be horizontal. And it will also tell you whether the illuminated portion of the phase is facing down towards the horizon or up away from the horizon. In this case, it's facing down towards the horizon. So this Excel sheet is quite accurate. We can compare it to historical observations as well as current observations. I'm going to compare it here to a photograph that was taken in 1971, again at the date and time you see there. This is 108 KSC 71P-0074. This was taken on January 30th, 1971. It shows the Saturn V that launched Apollo 14 sitting on its launch pad and the moon in the background. Now, how do I know exactly when it was taken? Well, we can do some analysis on the image itself and find out. We know that the moon is about half a degree wide in the sky, and in this picture it's about 202 pixels wide, so we can use that information to effectively calibrate the image and know how high above the horizon it is. In this case, it's about 7.1 degrees from the bottom of the image, which is pretty close to where the horizon is. So if we take our Excel sheet here, we can figure out that it was actually on the 31st by universal time, still on the 30th by Eastern time over at KSC, and we can figure out it was taken at about 2:45 universal time. At that time, the moon was about 7.12 degrees from the horizon, and the phase was about 23% full, and it was oriented almost horizontally completely, 87 degrees, 87.84 degrees from vertical. And if we look at the image again, we can see that it is 2.27 degrees from being perfectly horizontal, which is in excellent agreement with our Excel table. So you can find this Excel sheet as a link in the description of the video, and you can use it for whatever you like to determine where the moon should be at a given point in time and what it should look like. So with that, I hope you have a nice day.